Alright, this video is going to start off with stretching. So first we're going to warm up our shoulders. And now we're going to stretch out our sides. So just have your legs a little more than shoulder width apart and reach up and over to one side and then the other side. And we're going to keep our legs in the same position, but we're going to reach down towards one leg and then to the other one. Alright, sit down into your pike. Make sure that your knees are locked and your legs are straight. There should be no space under your knees. If you can fit your hands under your legs are probably bent, so make sure that you squeeze them. We're going to start with our toes pointed. Reach up to the ceiling and straighten out your back, and then fold forward at your hips. If you want to, you can grab underneath your feet, but make sure you keep your chest up tall. Just make sure you're not hunching your shoulders. Now you're going to flex your toes, but still make sure your knees are nice and straight, and we're doing the exact same stretch as before. Come up, point your toes one more time, reach your arms up, fold forward again, but this time try to put your elbows on the ground beside your knees, but still make sure that you're not hunching your shoulders over. And moving on to our straddle, same idea as your pikes. Make sure that your knees are not bent and you're squeezing your legs as tight as you can so there's no space under your knees. Reach up and then reach down to one foot. And come up, reach nice and tall, and reach towards the opposite foot. And you're going to come back up again and reach up and over to the other side. Try to keep your chest facing the front and make sure your shoulder isn't drooping down towards the floor. And come back up, do the exact same stretch on the other side. Alright, next is our butterfly stretch, just to quickly open up our hips. So put the soles of your feet together and then reach forward, try to get your nose to your toes. Now we're moving on to our split stretches. So we're in our lunge. Make sure that back leg is as straight as you can get it. Your hands are on your hips and you're keeping your chest up. And then straighten that front leg, sit your hips back, and reach for your front foot. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, you can flex your foot up and push your heel into the floor. And now we're going to slide into our splits, starting with our chest up and one hand on either side of our hips. And now we're going to lean our chest down and slide our hands beside our front foot for more of a deep stretch. And switch legs, do the exact same thing on the other side. So start in that lunge, hands on your hips, hips to the front, back leg nice and straight. Then Rotate your hips back and straighten your front leg and reach for your front foot. And slide down into your splits, starting with your chest up. Then lean your chest down, slide your hands to your front foot, and hold. If you need a deeper stretch for your splits, you can do over splits. So you can grab a yoga block or a stunt stand or even a pillow, something that you can put your front foot up onto. Make sure you're still doing your splits properly. So make sure that your hips are still facing the front and you're not sitting on one side. Your legs are straight and your toes are pointed. If you need a deeper stretch, you're going to lean forward in your over splits. And then switch to your other leg. Make sure that you're always stretching both sides evenly. Alright, if you have a yoga strap, you can go ahead and grab that for this next stretch. So just attach it to one foot like so, and then you're going to lie down on your back and pull that leg up towards you as far as you can. Keep that leg straight and that toe pointed, and make sure you're pulling your leg in front of your body and not out to the side. It shouldn't be beside your ear, it should be in front of your eyeball. You can also do this stretch without a yoga strap if you don't have one. Just grab as high up on your leg as you can. The goal would be to grab your foot with your hand. Okay, and we're switching legs, doing the same stretch on the other side. So I'll show you here first with the yoga strap and then without. One more thing to focus on for this stretch is keeping your hips and that leg that you're not pulling up planted into the ground. So every part of your body is attached to the ground except for your arms and that leg that you're pulling up. And our next stretch is our froggy splits. This is going to be a warm-up for your middle splits. This is also a good stretch to open up our hips and to get that flexibility for our bow and arrows. And next up is our middle splits. So you're going to start up on your feet, put your hands on the ground, and then slide into the inside of your feet. You're going to end up on your elbows. Make sure that your hips aren't too far forward or sitting too far back. They should just be in line with your feet. Next up, we're doing a stretch for our bow and arrow. So start in a straddle position and then bend one leg and kick that heel behind you. Then take that leg that's straight and try to pull it out to the side of your body as far as you can. Then reach up and over just like we did in that straddle stretch before. Make sure you keep your chest facing the front and don't let that top shoulder droop down towards the floor. And here's the same stretch on the other side. When you reach up and over, try to grab the middle of your foot with that top hand. If you want to challenge this one a little bit more, you can put a yoga block, a stunt stand, a pillow, whatever you're using, underneath that foot that's out to the side. This will give you a little bit of a deeper stretch. Alright, so we're moving into the conditioning part of this video now. If you want to go grab your ankle weights, you can use them for all of these exercises that we're doing next. The first exercise is our slow leg lifts. So you're lifting your leg for an entire 8 count and then lowering it for an entire 8 count. So the counts go, lift 1, 3, 5, 7, down 1, 3, 5, 7. Nice and slow. Make sure throughout all of these leg lifts, your bottom leg is straight, the leg you're lifting is straight, and your toe is pointed, and you're squeezing your abs as tight as you can. You should be squeezing so much that the only thing that's moving is that leg. Also, don't let those shoulders lean back. We want to make sure that we're standing up nice and tall. Next up is our kick and hold. So you're going to kick your leg as high as you can, hold it for an 8 count, and then lower it nice and slow. Only kick your leg to a level that you can hold it at, and don't let it wobble. Hold it in place. So our counts for this one go, kick 1, hold 3, 5, 7, down 1, 3, 5, 7. The kick on the way up is fast and aggressive, and the lower down is slow and controlled. Next exercise is our front leg pulses. So you're going to kick your leg up to a level that's good for you, and then you're going to pulse it up from there. Don't let it drop below the level that you kicked it to. So your counts for this one will be pulse 1, 3, pulse 5, 7. Next, we're going to work on some heel stretches. So for this one, you're just going to kick your leg part way up and then lift it. So your counts here would be lift 1, pull up 3, hold 5, 7, clean 1. These are controlled heel stretches, so you're not trying to kick up as high as you can on that first lift. You're just lifting up part way and then pulling your heel stretch up. Next one is a little bit more of a challenging version of the one we just did. So we're doing some controlled leg lifts and then grabbing our heel stretch at the top. So our counts go, lift 1, lift 3, lift 5, grab 7, hold 1, 3, pull up 5, clean on 7. So one more time for those counts. We lift 1, 3, 5, grab on 7, hold 1, 3, pull up 5, clean on 7. Slide that hand up the outside of your leg, but don't grab your foot until 7. And moving on, we have a few more strengthening drills for our hips and our core. So this one is going to be a hip lift with a leg kick. Start with both feet on the ground and lift your hips up. Then lift one foot off the ground and straighten that leg. Kick that leg as high as you can without letting your hips drop. Next, we have some alternating V-snaps. So you're just doing V-snaps except one leg at a time. Try to keep your arms by your ears and your legs straight and your toes pointed the whole time. Next are hollow body holds to heel stretch. Squeeze your belly button into your spine and try to hold that hollow position as you kick your heel stretch. Last exercise is to help you lift your leg for your bow and arrow. So you're on one knee and your other leg is straight out to the side and you're just doing little controlled leg lifts. Try to lift your leg straight out to the side behind your elbow. Alright, and that is all for this video. If you add these exercises into your stretching and conditioning routine, it will really help you improve all those front body positions like heel stretches, front stretches, and bow and arrows. You should feel stretched and ready to practice those now, so go ahead and do that if you'd like. Thanks for watching!